Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to understand two of the most important concepts in Node.js, router and controller. Router decides where a request should go, and the controller performs the actual business logic and returns the response.
Node.js, we are using router and controller in this video. So how create the first project in a-y. Now in this, I want to install two packages, that is Express and NodeMon. Express for making my application, that is web application or the REST API. So I installed the Express, and another one is NodeMon, which makes my project always in running mode. So Node.js. I create a new file, that is index.js. So in index.js, I supposed to install such package that are the module type. So I module. So I just use to express import express from express. This is done. Now in express, I want to run this express. So I want to create one of the object, that is app. My port number, that is 3000. So I supposed to use this express app and the port. App is a server, so server object. So we just make this app.listen where the express with this port number it is running. Now if you want to add this local host or anything, so you can write this way. Now I want to define the routes in a web application or in a mode of REST API. We want to define the routes. So I prepare two routes, get and post. So I use app.get. I am working with one of the resource, that is categories. So I write category, and in a category there is a list. So I want to list all the categories. So supposed to use this one. Another round I prepare the app.post where is a category store, and here I want to store the category, but I want a response in a JSON type. So I just write the JSON category list, and I use the data, that is list of category, in this way. Or I can say I made up of the JSON response. Once it is stored, so it writes like successfully stored something. If I want to make the data dynamic, so I use const data equals to this, and here I supposed to use the data. Now here I write this is success and data will be shown. So this is one of the route which I define, and it is another route. Here is the get route which I call with this category list and this. Now I run this project npm start. So my project is running. I will call this API with a get route. So I am supposed to write this category slash list and call this. So I will find something as a data, that is category list. First I need to check, yes, my port number is 3000. So I just call this. So I'm getting this data. Here I have written. Now what I want to do, I want to make this route in another file. That's why we call, that is how we plan the routers in each resource. So I prepare one folder in a root directory, that is router or route. In a route, I prepare one file, that is my resource name is category, that is router.js. This is one of my file. I defined this two routes, so I just cut here and paste this. Now, how can I define the routes? So very similarly, we create this express, an object of express. Very similarly, I put here, I'm making the object name is router, and router will define in this way, that is express router. So this router has defined, I made up of two routes, that is router.get, router.post. And now my router is ready. I made up of group route for categories, and I export this, export default router. So this makes sense of how you define the routes in separate file, and that line of code will reduce in a main file. So that is route, and I import this here, import, and that is category route. Now I use this category routes here in a way that app dot, this is for JSON data, and this is app dot use slash, in this way. So I prepare this API as a main route slash category, and this category contains slash category this. If you want to write this category over there, so that will be also fine. For example, I just cut this category word because it is seen, so I put here this is category. So this will comes category is common, and here we have a category slash list and slash store. Both are functions here. So here now we can check this category slash list. So that list will comes, and I change the list name, that is mobile. Now we can see this data will comes or not. So here we can see this list will comes. So my router has defined main file is index. I part this two route lines in another resource. If you have another resource like a menu or anything like users, employees, so that you make the different routes in this. Now I want to define the controller. So in a controller, here I want to make the directory controller. What we need to do in a controller, we want to make this function in a controller for the business logic. So that line of code will also separate from this router. So I just prepare one of the file, that is my category controller.js. In category controller.js, that is here, I just got this function and I'm putting here, there is a function, and this is my get category list. I made up a function get category list, and in this get category list, we want the data. Now this is one of the function which I part. Another function, that is I just use uh, function store category, and whatever I copy I just paste here. So this is my function which is get category list and store category list. I want to send this with export default and my both the function. So my both the function will send from here, and it will goes here in a import statement. Import, I import that controller, that is category controller, and I want to use that function with this name category controller dot get list, category controller dot store category. So both the function will came here, which I exported. I import here. Here is my object. I make this dot function name. Now I want to do some changes. For example, I supposed to use this two category only and make it save. And now we check this happened or not. So this is data coming here. So now you understand, you have a main file whereas you use the router, which is part in another directory, and it is file where you define two routes. You have majority four routes minimum, that is list, store, update, delete. So this way you can list out over here as a router, and whatever the function you want to write, so that is a controller file where you define your business logic, that is define your request response, whatever you want to do the process. So this is the whole game, how you define this route and control.